This is Gray Man Media content.
Aliens, Air Force, and lies. Government conspiracy. It's all the things we love here on Wolf Takes Bite. And today we're going to be talking about a UFO sighting that changes the world's view on aliens. Today we're going to be talking about Commander Fravor and the Tic Tac UFO.
I climbed into the hills.
I'm romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist.
One type is about 3 feet tall, very dark, not humanoid at all, yet lizard-looking.
The creatures that I've seen mostly have been the greys.
To the search for truth. Little grey men from outer space who actually abduct humans.
This takes a fine confidence.
I'm human. That ain't gonna work, dog.
Marker.
Excelente, por favor. Well, Devin, just remember exactly everything we just did.
Reshoot.
John. I already have the Pedialyte in the water. I can't redo.
It's fine, we have the intro.
I don't remember what I did next.
What were we talking about? Welcome back to another episode of Wolf Takes a Bite. It's me again. Can you believe it? Neither can I. I'm still here. Help me. John Wolf here with Wolf Takes a Bite, and my co-host, as always, Devin Gray.
Saw, dude.
Dude.
I'm drinking Pedialyte.
Because he pees a lot.
I'm dehydrated.
Why are you dehydrated?
We can't do this.
We're doing it exactly the way it's supposed to be done, which is amazing. So keep going.
I went to the gym yesterday for 2.5 hours.
Why?
Derby thing.
Were you in the Derby?
No, but I ran like a horse.
I bet you did.
It wasn't that fast.
A slow
I
horse.
can't keep doing this.
Why? It just shows how predictable we are as people. We lost everything.
Everything's gone.
We had a great episode, and then everything went away. So we're doing it again.
We had a good first 10 minutes of the episode.
Hey, Joe.
Right, that happened too. The Podfather.
The Podfather. We'll get into that.
Listen, you can salvage something. I'm sure of it.
I'm going with it. What do you mean? We're not off script.
I don't have a script.
Yeah, you do. You're predictable.
All right, what's next?
So, we're talking about aliens. They're in my head. Sorry, weirdness. So, in like the last 15 years, no, I can't do that. No, we're talking about Commander David Fravor. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who.
Who's that?
He was eating a Tic Tac.
He's what?
While he was flying a plane.
He was doing a TikTok while flying a plane?
That's really dangerous.
I would assume so.
Yeah, you can't be doing the Dougie.
But
that's
viral.
They still do that, right?
Viral
like
video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still do the Dougie, right?
Just like, Commander David Fravor to ground control. We're doing a TikTok dance up here in the sky.
Fuck.
That's a pretty good radio voice.
It is. He not very many people know, big fucking deal, but he has video evidence of a fucking UFO over the Pacific Ocean.
That's right, because he recorded this bizarre, erratic UFO.
Erotic?
No, erratic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be erotic.
Yeah. Because
of its shape. It's shaped like a Tic Tac. Mm-hmm. And then,
Oh, I hate it. I hate that we lost that footage.
Just keep going with it, because I remember everything I ever did.
I don't.
My short-term memory is great.
I don't remember 2 seconds.
My long-term memory is terrible. Anyway, So yeah, he was flying this F-18 Hornet, Super Hornet, and he's
cool.
Super cool. I mean, like, if you're gonna be famous for something, I mean, it should be that anyway. Fucking Top Gun over here.
You did say that.
You're just.
I can't handle it. I'm having a hard time here. I'm not convinced that I'm not in a simulation in this exact moment.
Why so?
It's like I hit reset checkpoint and then your NPC character just started running the same script. With mild variation to make me think I'm not in a simulation. Exactly.
It's just, the crazy part is you think you're well, no, he's got it all in his notes.
I'm drinking Pedialyte.
So he was sitting with his infrared camera on his left wing of his F-18 Super Hornet, and
Cool.
he saw this thing, this UFO, this Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Which he's very proud of, by the way, that he named it himself. He even talked about it on the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah. I mentioned this earlier, but I said, if you look at him and you listen to him, he does look like the kind of person to be very, very proud of the fact that he came up with the name Tic Tac.
I know. I mean, would you think he's just like sitting there eating Tic Tacs while flying a jet, though?
Yes.
Possibly.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened.
Yep. I could believe it.
This is strange to me. Concerning, to say the least.
So, and also he became so now that he's not in the military anymore, and this whole conspiracy came out, he became a flight instructor and a civil employee in the aerospace industry, and even a father. And he hasn't actually even spoken publicly in the past few years, except for the Joe Rogan show, which we talked about.
We have talked about that.
Yeah, he hasn't even spoken publicly about what exactly happened. Now, even 2 years ago, after this video came out, which has been 4 years now, it came out on the front page of the New York Times, and we're going to actually watch that video.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just pull that up.
Not right now, though.
I'm going to pull that up later.
Yeah. So as I explained before, speaking with an intelligence officer, Underwood is mostly wanted to avoid his name being attached to Little Green Men or the crazies out there.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
Because he's a government employee, or he used to be a government employee. He's probably still trying to collect that commission, or not commission, pension.
He's in the private sector now.
Well, now, but he definitely did his time in the government. They definitely owe him retirement, right? You don't just fly Super Hornets in your first year in the fucking United States Air Force.
Why not? Isn't that what you go to school for?
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Here, we're going to be training you how to fly an F-18 Super Hornet and land it on an aircraft carrier on a runway that's only 14 feet long, but you're not going to get to do that for 6 years.
Don't they have VTOL?
F-18s are not VTOL, though.
I think they have VTOL.
There is VTOL aircraft, but
no.
Not
yeah, I
VTOL.
know that. I'm thinking the F-18.
Before VTOL, planes had to go really fast and stop really fast.
Yeah.
And they met in the middle, and then there was a ship there if they were lucky.
I'm pretty sure the F-18 Super Hornet has VTOL. Pretty sure.
If they were lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, F-18s were the new mock versions of the F-14s.
Got it.
Yeah. Also, was that one in mid-flight with his fucking canopy open?
It's no problem.
Not at all. What? What?
7 G's of fucking wind hitting your face. It's no problem.
I mean, I'm sure he was going under 500 miles an hour. Otherwise, that canopy would have ripped off.
Oh, it's probably really good for your skin having your entire dermis layer fucking ripped off your fucking skull.
That is at Mach 5, right?
I don't know.
What is the Mach? Sound barrier is Mach 1.
Yeah, so it's 2 times, 3 times, 4 times the speed of sound.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Couldn't get in the hole there. That's why I don't fly jets.
Okay. No, sir. That's why you don't destroy Death Stars.
So, interesting fact. The Navy has a perplexing mystery on its hands. Not only with this Tic Tac UFO,
Whoa.
which you can learn a lot about going to Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
But also, for several weeks in 2019, unknown objects stalked U.S. warships off the coast of Southern California, while bizarre drone encounters were afoot. They remained unsolved to this day, at least according to the federal government. Now, the incidents occurred in the area with a long UFO history and includes two of the most credible encounters on record, one being the Tic Tac. I keep wanting to say TikTok. The other being the first reports of unidentified flying objects hovering and flying near Navy vessels. Sparked a sweeping high-level investigation. The Navy, working with the FBI and Coast Guard, now appears to have ruled out civilian activity or military operations as plausible explanations for the encounters.
The thing that it kills me about this whole thing is that right there, right? They just said that they ruled out civilian or military operations. We're talking about the United States fucking military, the motherfucking Pentagon, the strongest military presence the world has ever seen in its entire history. And then they're just like, we have video footage of it. It's clearly something.
But we don't know what it is.
So they can't just say, "Oh, it's tool malfunctions. It's a radar, error."
But it can't even be radar because it was on FLIR. The the Tic Tac was caught on a FLIR camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's clearly there. So for them not to be saying anything about it means that they don't either they fucking know exactly what it is or they have no fucking clue. Either one is scary as shit. But there's no way they're just like. No fucking way, bro. No fucking way. And the reason that this ties in very well to Amelia Earhart, which tied in very well to time travel, the last two episodes that just came out, is because Amelia Earhart went down in the fucking Pacific Ocean where this shit is happening.
Pretty close. And I think that's the first time in Most Takes by history Devin's ever ranted.
This shit's crazy. I believe in aliens, and this is the closest thing we have to, legitimate evidence. The military doesn't just fucking... No, I'm not buying it. Shit's fucking crazy. Carry on. It came out of the water, bro. What if there's aliens underneath the Pacific Ocean?
So that goes along with the Atlantean theory?
I fucking know! I mean, that's more in the Atlantic Ocean. But, I mean, fuck, they could have got it wrong. It was old people.
The ocean's a very big, vast networks of tunnels, trenches, depths of unknownness, as well as we only know about 10% of the entire ocean floor anyway.
If you wanted to convince me of Hollow Earth theory, this is the best way.
And here we go.
You're not going to convince me. But I'm just saying, this shit's fucking crazy. I don't know if it is aliens.
So they fly in using time travel and warp holes, right? And then they come into the bottom of the Earth where this anus is, the Antarctica. And then they pop through that little hole and they get into the center and they do all their business. And then they come out somewhere around, the Galapagos.
I don't know. What I do know is that the people who... that's all we got, right? All we got is the military these days. We're not number one in healthcare. We're not the most free. We're not nothing. But we got a big old motherfucking military. And if it's China or if it's Russia and they have some kind of advanced air program,
highly doubtable.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying if they are that much more advanced, we're fucked, and they would know that. Either one. There's no option where this isn't fucking terrifying or awesome.
The only place with possible technological advancement that I believe is possible would be China or Japan. And I say that because fucking Beijing and Tokyo has some of the most incredible technology just on the consumer market, much less who knows what they have in their militarized market.
I agree with you.
They already have fucking holograms.
Japan...
They have... Star Wars level goddamn holograms that are interactive over there. Okay, where is that shit?
The reason I don't think it's Japan is for two reasons. Number one, it's our ally, So I think that whatever technology they have, they would almost certainly be sharing it with us, mostly because they are very concerned about China, and they're relying on the U.S. military to protect them. And that is because after World War II, after the nuclear explosions over at Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I got that right?
I think so. Hiroshima for sure.
Hiroshima for sure.
We remember dropping that one.
God damn it. I think it's Nagasaki. The people, after the defeat of World War II in Japan, the people had universally decided to be non-militaristic. Shut up! Anyway, I'm on a rant. The military, so they're not allowed to spend a bunch of money on the military. They actually have a very small military, so if they had something that advanced in their military, that's a lot of spending that I don't think that the people of Japan would actually allow. Now,
of course they would.
But the people in China, however, have been ramping up their military in the last 30 to 40 years, specifically because they want to become a superpower.
Well,
and they want to project power on that side of the world.
And the biggest thing is keeping in mind, and I'll go in more depth, pun intended, about how it comes out of the water.
Yeah.
Because that is a huge thing. We don't have any aircraft that can go above and below water at will, much less from zero.
All the other things it does.
Much less from a zero stagnant state. Not even hovering. These things have been proven to actually not even move a microcentimeter while sitting still. And they make no noise. They make no energy.
It's impossible.
They make no blast. They make no wind effect on the water. Nothing. And it's just sitting here like a fucking rock that's stuck in the Matrix. And then out of nowhere, it goes fucking like a pinball machine. And it's like ding, 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 ding at Mach 45,000.
And then here comes this guy who's filmed the goddamn thing, and it has now been released to the public. He was just out for
a pleasure cruise,
and all
hanging out in his Hornet.
And this guy is like, "Oh, I don't, I saw it, but I don't want to be associated with, anything about this for some reason. But I'm here to talk about it." That's a fucking government plant, for sure.
How did they fake the video? If that's
no, I think the video is legit. But I think that he was either coached not to give too much information.
Oh, that's military 101.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's just like our buddy who said something that we said that we were trying to talk to him about, and then he was like, "Oh no, we can't talk about that. Not at least on air."
When your entire career is flying and you see something that can do things that we just can't fucking do, you're gonna geek out over that. And he's just like, "Eh."
See, that's why the Blue Angels were invented, so that way they could fly in similar techniques and patterns like these other ships. So it's actually a technical defense when really it looks just like an air show, because that's why Blue Angels can do things that you don't see normal military personnel do, because they are the most highly trained pilots flying those F-14s.
Well, yeah, that's like the whole reason they do that is to like show other countries like, hey, by the way, if we wanted to train everybody like this, we could, and you'd be fucked.
Yeah, we'll turn on a dime.
Yeah.
We'll fly through a bridge without doing anything.
And what is it, like an F-15 or something like that? It's like a really like old fucking airplane at this point in time. It's not even an F-22 Raptor or something like that. It's not like one
Raptor, like Ford made it.
Yeah. No, they are called the F-22 Raptor.
I know, I was making a joke.
But yeah.
Because of Ford Raptor.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, SVT. Yeah, a special vehicle team. I got it. If I ever bought a truck, it'd be that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
If I bought a new truck, anyway.
Anyway, Dodge was like, yeah, let's drop a Hemi in that fucking minivan.
Which is dope! Either a foreign adversary is spying on Navy ships around the Channel's islands, or, which lie just west of Los Angeles and San Diego, and we've all seen those movies, or devices of truly unknown origin.
Yeah, because we, again, the most powerful military, have just allowed spycraft to be that close to the fucking mainland U.S. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, unknown origin, they're operating with impunity around the U.S.
Wait, this is... Okay, for sure!
Yeah! That was my best line.
I loved it. It was my favorite.
That should be a t-shirt. Okay, for sure.
Just get you screaming. Like,
yeah, I'm down with that. We can do a screenshot.
We'll see if we can do it.
Yeah. So here is the implications of a foreign power developing drones to spy on American warships just off the coast of California are immense. That's a big deal. Now, for starters, this scenario just suggests a monumental U.S. counterintelligence failure, which we know they're good at that. Moreover, it's such a brazen, love that word, brazen, such a brazen and technically complex intelligence operation amounts to an enormous gamble for a hostile nation. Any shot down as the Navy reportedly attempted, which failed.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Which means I don't think they failed because we have very accurate gunmen.
If they failed, it's definitely not something from Earth.
It just bounced off.
Yeah, okay.
Just bounced off
Yeah,
of it.
sure. That's fucking terrestrial.
Like a rubber
for
ball.
Sure.
Like a rubber ball.
That doesn't come from fucking space.
Right. Flying around in goddamn asteroids. So, a foreign surveillance drone so close to U.S. shores would invite sweeping geopolitical repercussions. Now, importantly, if the UFOs that stalked Navy warships were part of an adversarial intelligence collection effort, the object's operators made little effort to conceal their presence whatsoever. The videos were taken on board the U.S. vessel that show mysterious craft displaying bright and flashing lights in the middle of the day. I'm talking about bright, like fucking white phosphorus light. You know what I'm talking about.
Bright!
Like, there's so many brightnesses. But that was the brightest. In the middle of the day, they had to stare at it using a FLIR camera just to even get an idea of what the shape was. That's why they used the filtered infrared camera, the FLIR, whatever that is, the heat radial camera. Because it was so bright, you couldn't see anything but the brightest fucking light. In the middle of the day! Which is a big deal. Your neighbors hate me. At the same time, Navy radar operators tracked the objects, which means they were picking up on radar, with a very amount of apparent ease. Now, I believe these things could probably have just not shown up at all on radar if they wanted to.
Well, also, theoretically, you could develop space for instance, if whatever built these spacecraft live on a planet where they don't fight amongst each other, they wouldn't need to be able to come up with radar to detect other enemy aircraft. That wouldn't even be something that they would need to develop. So they might not know how to counter radar. That is a possibility.
But here's the thing, the actual shape of it technically should have fooled radar.
2 hours later.
Sonar, right?
Yeah. No, so we know how sonar works.
It's the same thing, right? You just signal.
Well, sound.
Bounce.
Sonar is sound.
Yeah, because it's in the ocean.
Radar is radio waves.
Out, back. That's essentially how it works, right?
Bats.
Yeah, bats.
Batman.
They just have tiny little bats. Go on, please go.
Beep. They have vampires.
Yep.
On every U.S. naval ship.
Yep. And the vampires aren't actually the ones doing the radar. They're just the ones controlling the millions of bats that they have to cram into a box. Fucking stupid. Go on, please.
So, there's Diamond's bestseller book, The Collapse. An author made an interesting allegorical argument of the original Polynesian settlers that were mostly entirely to blame for the collapse of what must have been one magnificent, much larger community. And we're talking about, of course, Easter Island, where in proximity, a lot of these UFO sightings happened in the last, 2018, 2019, and 2021?
It's, so it was like this perfect, like, little island habitat thing, and they ended up, like, decimating the population of, like, the wild animals and plants, and they ended up not having any materials for themselves. Everybody died. But the weird thing is the heads. That's what everybody talks about.
Yeah, they stripped the forest bare, and once the forest expired completely because it couldn't regrow, they did several species of edible birds, which aren't all birds edible. And so they're
not trying hard enough.
They lost woods for boats, so they couldn't go fishing.
Exactly.
Like, can you fish off a cliff? The soil eroded. Well, you can't do nothing about that. The crops wasted away, and the society developed into a vicious infighting and cannibalism, and then they all died.
Yeah. And
Except
that's
for the last guy, I guess, who just died of old age and no cannibals.
I guess, or starvation.
Yeah.
And then
because you can't eat the birds, apparently.
2 hours later.
These things could be there. Naturally.
The stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole problem.
The stone doesn't even come from that island. It's not the same rock.
I know. It's fucking bizarre. And here's the weird part: is it's off the coast of South America, which has a rich history in like ancient UFO type stuff, including the crystal skulls, which is. But the whole reason we're talking about that is because it's in the fucking Pacific Ocean, in the general area where these UFO things are happening. And this entire civilization just wiped itself out after building giant stones to the gods. What happened? They pissed the UFOs off.
Probably. But what happened? Who built? They couldn't have built the stones. They couldn't have done it. They couldn't have done the carvings. There's no way. There's nothing that they would have had on that island that would have been hard enough to actually impact the stone. The rocks available on that island of Easter Island are soft fucking stone in
unless they
comparison.
quarried every last bit of that specific rock and moved it, which is a monumental task.
These things were in one piece.
I listen, sir. I'm here.
One of them being as tall as the fucking Lady Liberty, man. I think they said one is almost as tall as Lady Liberty.
I don't know. I don't know all the specifics of it.
We'll get to it on the Easter Island episode for sure, but still.
This is all, it all ties, the last couple, without trying, we didn't do this on purpose, but the last couple episodes have all tied in together very well, and it all seems to have one thing in common. It's all
true
in the Pacific Island, or in the Pacific area. It's very strange.
Except for the spacecraft that you were talking about actually happened on the east coast of the U.S. The one that
Which one?
Slowly sank or just went into the water without a drop.
No, that was the Tic Tac, wasn't it not?
No, that's a separate one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the Tic Tac actually shot off.
Yeah.
They lost sight of it.
But when he was describing on the Joe Rogan podcast, he was saying that it looked like it was coming out of the ocean.
Coming out. The one I just had in my notes, it said that it was
going in.
Going in.
Well,
on the east coast of the U.S. So maybe they're in correlation. Maybe they did the same thing. Maybe it was the same aircraft.
Could have been.
Mirrored. Because we are in a simulation.
Oh, fuck.
So one's going up, one's going down? I don't know. I don't think this happened at the same time. I think I'm making a lot of speculations to that fact. But
we're making wild accusations and speculations all day, baby.
All I know is the government agents are giving me that look, and I need to move on. They stopped fucking with our microphones because they're here. Help us!
Marker.
Underwood made his infrared recording on a second flight that day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Underwood recalls, and quote, David Fravor was like, "Hey, dude, Bolo."
Quote, that's what he said. I believe it.
Hey, dude, Bolo, be on the lookout. Like, be on the lookout for something weird? Question mark? I can't remember the exact terms that he used, but I didn't really think much about it at the time. But, it says but a lot. Once I was able to acquire it on radar, and then on the FLIR, forward-looking infrared camera, that's kind of where things, I would say, went sideways. But things were just different. So the footage appears to depict what Fravor had identified as a 40-foot-long, white, oblong-shaped, hence Tic Tac. He was definitely eating Tic Tacs at the time. It's like Ghostbusters, like, well, just imagine a Twinkie the size of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's a big Twinkie.
That's a big Twinkie.
Hovering somewhere between 15,000 and 24,000 feet in midair and exhibiting no notable exhaust or conventional propulsion sources, even as it makes a surprising dart leftward in the video's final moments of the 3 UFO incidents captured by U.S. Navy airmen via infrared gun cameras, pods, or IFL FLIRs. Underwood's footage remains unique for its lack of crosstalk between the pilots, The fact that has led to some speculation about its authenticity. Honestly, I think this is why it's real. Is because they weren't talking. Because they're like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, they just gotta be what the fuck about it, right? The debriefs were usually pro forma in the CVIC, but this one in particular was so odd that the former pilot said they weren't really a lot of skeptics in that room that day.
Yeah. How would you be? After seeing this video right here.
Boom. So it's showing us everything, the sensor armed 0 to 6 degrees above aircraft axis. So it's showing it and telling you everything about the calibrated airspeeds. Yep, so this is good. This is good. Hot display ink designer. You're reading it. What am I reading?
Designator. It's
Whatever.
in white. So that means that the image that we're looking at is white is hot.
This is how you know this is authentic. It's just the feedback. So loud. Better.
Yeah.
Sorry, the aircraft was very loud.
Yeah, this is just, and the fact that they declassified this
And
soon.
that's why this video is so important, because the other videos that you find are going to be that zoomed in version,
Yeah.
because, you know, it's not the same. I hate the cropped in versions. These are the better versions. I like the full screen of what the actual video shows. That's why I believe the authenticity of a lot of this.
Well, I just don't. He has no reason to lie.
And its distance on him is...
Look at that. It just fucking takes off.
Now, also, honestly, it took off kind of slow. I've seen them move a lot faster in UFO videos. I've seen a lot of UFO videos where it moves a lot faster.
Yeah, I know, but some of those are in question. This one's not. This one's just straight up not. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
That was in 2004 when that was taken.
Yeah.
Which 2004 through 2019 was actually pretty much a hotbed for UFO sightings. So that's also an interesting point to make.
Well.
But don't worry, we're not done yet. I forgot we're on camera. Hey, well, I hope you liked my back during that. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you liked that portion. We're going to go ahead and wrap this in. I got a little bit more to talk about. And we're going to get more detail about what Commander Fravor saw, what he said, and some of the radio chatter is going to be on here. Some NORAD notes are in here. There's a lot of stuff, so you better go listen to the audio-only portion of the podcast, and you can hear the rest of it. We'll see ya.
Like and subscribe.
Good afternoon, good morning, good night.
That's right.
Hey, it's me, John Wolf. If you enjoyed that episode, you can listen to the rest of this episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the icon bell and never miss another episode. For all things Wolf Takes a Bite, visit us at GrayManandMediaCo.com.